Hello, my name is Tim Dye, and I'm the Associate Chair for Research at the University of Rochester's Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, and we thought that we'd introduce you to a few members of our lab. We have a unique lab in our department that focuses on epidemiology and social science and other types of research, and we've had residents and fellows and doctoral students and postdoctoral students all working with us in the past, and we do a lot of global health. So we thought we'd explain a little bit about the work that we do in case you're interested in working with us when you arrive. So my work is mostly in perinatal epidemiology and in qualitative and quantitative mixed methods research on high-risk pregnancy around the world. We predominantly work in Latin America and the Pacific Islands, although many of us have worked in Africa and in Europe and in other parts of Asia. My main interest is in social factors that relate to high-risk pregnancy conditions like gestational diabetes or gestational hypertension. So next, I'll ask Dr. Tiffany Panko to give a description of what she works on.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tiffany Panko, and I actually graduated from the University of Rochester Medical School, and now I'm in a postdoc in my final year at the U of R. My focus is on women's health, and specifically deaf women's health and their experiences with two different things, pregnancy and contraception. My biggest passion is on reproductive justice. For example, my research works on contraception, and I interview women that are both deaf and hearing and speak with them about their access to information on healthcare and actually receiving contraceptive options from medical providers. I'm also surveying the medical field and taking a holistic approach to the inequities in the medical system. Thank you.
Thanks. Next, Dr. Wyatt Hall.
Yes, hi everyone, Dr. Wyatt Hall. I'm a faculty. I'm here with Tim. My work focuses on early childhood experiences, specifically with language for deaf children, and how those early language experiences affect them as adults. Language really affects everything we do in life, so it's a very global approach. I have a number of projects. I have a current project partnering with the Dominican Republic deaf community, another one on adverse childhood experiences and the possible relationship between those experiences of trauma in childhood and health outcomes for deaf adults. I also have a focus on one project in California where we look at the early newborn hearing screening, and then how those outcomes are related to adult health.
Thanks. Next, Dr. Nancy Cardona.
Hi, good morning to all. My name is Nancy Cardona. I consider myself a health scientist with environmental health training, and during the last academic year, I pursued a postdoctoral fellowship in population health to evaluate links between local and global public health threats and how these relate to geographic and cultural determinants of health specifically. And moving forward in my career, I decided to learn more qualitative skills. So that during the past year, my training was more focused on qualitative studies relating to environmental health and understanding local, national, and international global threats. One of my projects work with the diaspora and the Puerto Rican diaspora in Rochester. Another project was working with the deaf community in Costa Rica. And now I'm currently going back to Puerto Rico and working in more training in exposure science and translational research.
Thank you. Next is Denise Vega.
Hola a todos, my name is Denise Vega Ocasio. I'm a PhD candidate from the Translational Biomedical Science program at the University of Rochester and a member of the DIE lab for the past 4 years. I have a focus on global health and infectious diseases, health disparities, and science policy. Specifically, I work in Latin American and Caribbean countries. For example, my most recent project, which is my dissertation, is I evaluate whether social distress can impact immune modulation in individuals infected with arbovirus infection in Ecuador. And I also collaborate in a variety of projects that are conducted in Puerto Rico. Thank you.
Great. Next is Dr. Shazia Siddiqui.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Shazia Siddiqui. I'm a third-year postdoc fellow in the OB/GYN University of Rochester division, doing work on global deaf health and deaf inequities within health care systems. My research involves community-based participatory research globally with deaf individuals, specifically working in the Dominican Republic and serving people in their healthcare access. I'm researching and analyzing data related to newborn hearing screenings, adverse childhood experiences with deaf people as they've grown up. And currently, I'm analyzing data and we're working on a research project in the COVID-19 impact in America.
Thank you. Next is Dr. Brooke Lewandowski.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Brooke Lewandowski. I am an epidemiologist with training in quantitative and qualitative and mixed methods. Overall, my research has been focused on the impact of culture on the ability to make health decisions, either implicitly or explicitly. And I focused on stigmatized sexual and reproductive health outcomes such as HIV, STIs, and abortion. Currently, my research has three different foci. One is looking at the connection between contraception use and birth spacing. Second is a community-based participatory research project that is looking at access to contraception on young urban women of color and focusing on patient-provider communication. And the third one is looking at access to health and human services for my LGBT community.
Great, thank you. And next is Dr. Jose Perez Ramos.
Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es José Pérez Ramos, or my name is Jose Pérez Ramos. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I am a research assistant professor at the Department of OBGYN. I'm also consider myself a global health researcher. I have also a doctoral degree in translational biomedical science. My research work focuses in marginalized communities globally to address social health disparities and ecological health risk, using information and communications technology such as your smartphones or mobile phones. My work has been primarily concentrated in Latin America and isolated islands. Thank you.
Great. So this is just a sampling of the people that work in our research division. We have more faculty who work in basic science and other faculty who work in population health. But if you're considering the University of Rochester, drop us a line and we'd be happy to help you figure out what type of research you might become engaged with. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.